Okay, this is a hollow core door between the garage and the living space. So if there was a fire, it would just go right on through. But that's okay, because we have a window here in this door, which we shouldn't have. Before the fire would even go through this hollow core cardboard door, it'd blow through the window into the living space. This door should have a self-closing spring on it, but again, since it's not going to stop the fire, I don't know why you'd want it always to close, but and that's why we used to do it. That's okay, because we got a hole in our garage ceiling. Okay, so the fire will just go right across your attic. So it's going to come into your kitchen and go across the attic, this whole house. I know I tell scary, horrible, awful stories, but that's not why we're here. This laundry equipment, okay, the motors and everything, it's all supposed to be elevated off the garage floor because we store gas and things in the garage, and the gas fumes are about 16, 17, 18 inches, and so your laundry equipment should have been brought up a little higher. But again, that's not what this video is about. And our walls all torn up back up underneath here, so we've lost our fire blocking there. And we can't open this door to look at it, but we can see air gaps between the door right there. But that's really not why we're here. We're here for the garage overhead door. It's a metal door. Looks like it's in pretty good shape. This gasket right here, you can see how dirty it is compared. It's because there's a big old gap. It's loose. It's kind of compromised. And then we're moving on along. If you'll notice that this door is up, it's up 100% complete. It's because I disengage this latch, the safety reverse latch, to make sure that it works. But I also lower the door about halfway to make sure that the spring tensions are correct on the door. And they're not. If I undo that, the door just slams shut. So if the counter action at the counter spring is not adjusted properly, it puts undue pressure on your door. There's our warning notice, but it's been covered over. Our control button is closer to the threshold than 5 feet, so little hands can get to it. Our control wires, those are supposed to be insulated staples, and they're not. They're supposed to have a receptacle to the door opener. It's not supposed to be powered with an extension cord like it is. Okay. Then the manual door lock has not been decommissioned so that you could close the door and lock it, because that's what it's there for. And then someone comes home and they try to open it with their clicker, or they push the button that's too close to the floor. It's got the warning sign that's covered up, and the door's still locked, and it can vex your door. It can cause damage to your door. So as long as the opener is in operation, the lock is supposed to be decommissioned. And if you lose power to the house or whatever and decide that you need to do that, to operate it manually like I did, well, then you can always reattach the lock. We have a pull handle inside the door. That's a good thing. We do not have spring tension notices on the corners of the first panel. We do have a warning notice there, so we got one warning notice. Had two, but have one. And there's the control. And I believe this is with LiftMaster, the newer LiftMasters, and I believe I saw it somewhere that this is radio controlled. I'm not promising you that it is, but should it be radio controlled, just know that you can't see what's going on. You can't see what's going on, so you could squash a cat. You could lower the door from the Department of Motor Vehicles or from Kroger. And, Now the optic sensors, okay, they're not supposed to be farther from the floor than 6 inches. So your Arctic sensors are too high. Your staples are not insulated. You do not have spring tension notices. The door is not adjusted properly. The door is operating on an extension cord. Our warning notice over here has been covered up. Our control button is closer than 5 feet to the threshold. So now's the time. Now's the time. I told you we'd have to wait for it. I've made a business decision to do no harm. Okay? So I do not do block tests on doors. I've baked instructions on how to do a block test inside of your report. So if you want to do a block test, I'll show you how to do it. The manufacturer thinks that it's supposed to be done safely, but I'm still not doing it. Doing no harm. I'm going to check it with the optic sensor. I'm going to take my big old flat zombie hoof. I'm going to trudge across the garage, mile after mile. I'm going to push the button. I'm going to take off like a dancing fool. I'm going to break the beam, sends it into reverse. I'll give it this. It's quiet. I wish mine was that quiet, but it's quiet. Oh, there it says Wi-Fi right there.